Jungkook walked over, taking a seat beside him. It was good. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing lunch for me every day, Taeyong. It's mean a lot. Taeyong felt a wave of reassurance was washing over him. I'm glad you enjoy it. It's been getting nice to know you better. Jungkook nodded, his gaze locked at his. Yeah, I feel the same. It's good to have someone to talk and share meals with, making the place feel a bit more like home. Taeyong smiled, feeling a sense of accomplishment. The fits were slowly paying off, establishing a connect and building that foundation of a relationship. Grow fresh up. I'll arrange the dinner. Jungkook nodded at him before going toward the washroom, while Taeyong went downstairs to warm up their meal. As they sat together, enjoying their meal and engaging in conversation, Taeyong couldn't help but feel hopeless for the future. With his passion and passing day, their bond were seems to be strengthened, and that potential for their meaningful friendship were grew brighter. Oh, tomorrow I want you to attend a business meeting with me, thought, and come to the end with his voice. Huh? They asked, or not understanding his word clearly. I said, I want you to attend a business meeting with me tomorrow. Jungkook repeated, noticing his confusion. The eyes grew winded in surprise. Attending a business meeting with Jungkook was not something he had expected. He had hoped for their friendship to grow, but that prospect of being involved in that professional life with a pleasant surprise. Are you sure? Taeyong asked, trying to process that request. I mean, I don't have any experience in that area. Will I able to get along with them? Jungkook smiled at reassuringly. You're my wife. I want to introduce you, but I want you to be yourself. You don't have to reach their expectations, okay? They felt a mix of emotion were inside him, excitement, nervousness, and the sense of pride. They felt that Jungkook wanted him to be himself made that feel something inside him. Who said that? He's a heartless monster. He's just a big sweetie. Okay. He nodded and hid his shining. I do my best. Thank you. That evening will come sooner than expected. He was getting ready. He wore a blue and did a light makeup that catch up the dress, glancing at him the one last time. Perfect. Saying that he made their way the downstairs. He looked at Jungkook, who was busy at attending a call. He looked handsome as always, with his back showing his strong built muscles. Hearing sound, he turned his attention toward the stair, only to get memorized by Taeyong, his elegance and the grace took that breath away, and for a moment he forgot all about the call. Their eyes locked, and a simple play on Jungkook's lips. He couldn't help but get through in that amber eyes. As he reached to the bottom of the stair, he extended his arm as he gracefully placed his hand, and his fingers were intertwined. You look stunning, he whispered, as his voice was filled with that admiration, that tinged blush, and his cheeks were turned a rosy shade. Thank you, they replied shyly. A surge of happiness through his veins. They couldn't help but feel tamed under his gaze. Stay by my side, okay? He whispered softly near his ear, and they nodded, not making any eye contact with him. And his heart was pounding so as he was about to go to exit, and his hand would pull a string of the bag, making the head was breathe. They closed his eyes slowly. He felt him getting closer to him. Wait, they felt his breath near his shoulder. It was making him vulnerable. What are you doing? He interrupted, and his voice were low. The heart was raised as he felt his warm breath against his skin. He opened his eyes to find that grazed the back of his cloth and pulled that thing off slowly. That made it the back touch his strong chest a little. He tied that string. His intense gaze were locked with that spotless bag. That's why they realized they forget to tie that string How foolish of me. They wanted to slap himself for thinking dirty. "Uh, Thank you," they whisper and sound barely be escaping his lips. "It's getting late. Let's go," he murmured as his face were filled the mix of unknowledgeable feelings. He slowly turned toward him, and their eyes were lured in Chinese. He placed that forefinger under his chin and gently made them look at him. They leaned and closed his lips to close him, that they could almost taste that intoxicating. "Are you ready?" he asked, and his voice was shivered down to his spine. They nodded, unable to find his voice, as he smiled before taking his hand in his, and they walked toward the exit. As they got out the car, the paparazzi started clicking their picture. It was not new for Jungle, but Tim was not used to it. His anxiety was start kicking in, and he held Jungkook's hand tightly, closing his eyes. Jungkook glanced at his shivering figure, and immediately wrapped his arms around him. He pulled him closer to him. "Don't worry, Tim," he whispered strongly into his ear. "I'm right here with you. Just focus on me and back out everything else." Tim took a deep breath and nodded, feeling a sense of calm wash over him, and his assuring words. They lay on his side, finding their solace in his presence. They walked past that flashing cameras and into that venue. Their step and heart was connected. Throughout the evening they shared were stolen glances and secret smiles. "Mr. John, what a pleasant surprise. I thought it all this event as well." The woman paused for a moment and glared at him. "I see, you brought your companion as well." Jungkook smiled at her. "The words are so cold, and it was frost you on the spot." "Yes, Miss Min, meet my wife, John Theo." She interrupted. "Oh, Miss Kim's son, who begged you to save his company for going interrupted, and sold off his only son in return." The gaps hearing her word, his hold on Jungkook's hand will loosen. Jungkook's expression was hardened. His eyes narrowed at the woman. That audacity, he tightly his grip on Theon's hand to reassure him. "Miss Min, I suggest you to watch your words." He reported his voice like with anger. "Theong is mad?" She interrupted him again. "Yeah, I know. It's an important business deal of yours." Theong felt a mix of emotions were inside him. Hurt by that woman's word, he took a deep breath and glaring at himself. He slowly freed him, and Jungkook held that turn to leave. "Theong, they listen to me." He glared at the woman once before leaving behind Theong. They felt a surge of anger and sadness as Mr. Me and Jungkook's words were echoing in his mind. "Yeah, I know. It's an important deal of yours. The marriage is only a business deal. Your father's company is going bankrupt, so he asked to merge the company together. You were to make me a sign. He is not betraying me." "I will treat you as my wife. Will respect you, will be loyal to you, will take care of your needs, everything you demand but didn't accept me to love you. This is a marriage of that, so I accept the same for you." They couldn't believe he put the last tempo of their relationship like this. Tears were welling up in his eyes, and that hurriedly made the way out of away from their praying eyes and judgmental whispers. Jungkook followed him and calling him on his name. "Theon, please listen. Let me explain," he pleaded, and his tone was filled with regret. Theon turned around, and tears were streaming down his face. "Explain what, Jungkook? That I'm just a business deal of yours? That my efforts mean nothing?" His voice was trembling with a mix of anger and hurt. "No, Tae, you have got wrong." And Jungkook tried to reach out of him. They stopped back and avoided his touch. "For 2 weeks, I have stood by your side, believe in you, and tried to keep you happy. And this is how you defeated me, by letting her insult me and reduce our relationship to nothing." The voice was cracked with the weight of that emotion, and Jungkook formed hearing his word.